Well, last night the Bachelorette came back, but Chris Harrison, who went away for some classes from a race educator, I guess it wasn't enough because it was announced this morning he's not getting the final show. He's
stepping aside.
Yeah, the show had gotten repetitive and boring, and I felt like it was fresh without Chris there. We're not going to miss him at all.
Okay.
Because he's always so stale in his choice of words and his seriousness and the most dramatic. And I think it's the best thing ABC could have done, but apparently, according to Roger Friedman, it was very tense negotiations. ABC knew they weren't going to bring him back. Well, last night the Bachelorette came back, but Chris Harrison, who went away for some classes from a race educator, I guess it wasn't enough because it was announced this morning he's not getting the final show. He's
stepping aside.
Yeah. Well, basically, he's out after 19 years. He signed an NDA and got an 8-figure payout.
That's like tens of millions. It's at least 10 million.
8 figures?
Yes. Six figures is $1 million.
Yeah, because he was
he was executive producer of the show.
And he went away for some classes and whatever. But, I mean, don't cry for him, Bachelor Nation, because he was paid 8 figures to leave. That's incredible. I mean, how can we get fired and then be rich enough to never have to work again?
Is anybody listening?
Is anybody listening?
And
the thing is that he did it, like he had a great gig. He just had to show up, count some roses, say the same things that he says all the time.
I would disagree.
It was but I mean, it was the thing that I loved about last night's Bachelorette. I didn't miss Chris Harrison at all. The energy it has gotten so stale and predictable. The same things that he says.
Right.
Also, as the host and executive producer, he has a vested interest in drama. So when he says all these things, it was really just like same old, same old. And I think a lot of people, skip through that first episode because they're like, who are these 30 people? And
that's how I felt last night watching it. I was trying to engage, but I just couldn't force myself to.
But when he decided to cape incredibly hard, for the case for racism, when he was being interviewed by extras, Rachel, is it Lindsay?
Lindsay, I think.
Yeah, from Extra, and then that Rachel Kirkconnell and the Matt James, the Bachelor, and she was this Rachel, that they get back together after all of this.
I know they did.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if he's going to sign a book or anything, but he must be plenty rich if he got paid 8 figures to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't miss the show. I didn't think we missed him at all in last night's episode. I really liked Katie. I really liked Tayshia and Caitlin. They were really fun. And
did you watch it all, Lori? I mean, there were
so
many people. They've upped it. 30 people got out of stuff.
Yeah.
I was kind of halfway watching it, halfway on a phone conversation, halfway doing a lot of other things. But my only thing is I was watching I like to watch the guys get out, or the women get out of the car. I kind of like that part of it.
Yeah.
But when the guy got out in the cat suit.
Oh, that was hysterical because Katie loves cats.
Okay.
She's a cat lover.
Okay.
We don't know much about her. We know she's a sex positive, because she brought the vibrator.
Right. To the last season. She was a contestant the season before.
Yeah. She told Jimmy Kimmel last night that, and she got sent home pretty early. So we really didn't know that much about her, but she told Kimmel she's been sent, hundreds of vibrators.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because of that. But I really felt like that the show had gotten repetitive and boring. And I felt like it was fresh without Chris there. We're not going to miss him at all.
Okay. I'll believe you. I can't form a judgment after my limited viewing last night.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a certain blandness, reliability, ritual. He says the same thing. Like, I couldn't imagine Katie talking to him about, some of the stuff that she said to Tayshia and Caitlin about, I'm having sex in that fantasy suite. They had an understanding. They both have been the Bachelorette.
Right.
And I don't know, it just was really it was just really, really fun. I just don't think that if Chris had been there, I don't know that we'd see Katie in that light in this
Sure.
authentic way.
Right.
Because he's always so stale in his choice of words and his seriousness and the most dramatic. And I think it's the best thing ABC could have done. But apparently, according to Roger Friedman, it was very tense negotiations. ABC knew they weren't going to bring him back.
Okay.
And he hired a big, huge attorney to because I don't know what he had left on his contract.
Okay. Well, and he was executive producer on the show, so he had some financial back end stuff and commitments there. So
but they were never. I don't think we're ever going to bring him back.
They weren't. Okay.
I don't think so.
Well,
that's why he lawyered up. He lawyered up like 3 months ago.
I would have.
Yeah.
Anyone would have. Right.
But, when they said it's just, and he had his, he did some interviews. I'm just hoping this is a temporary timeout. But I think last week when we got the news that David Spade, who's a good friend of Mike Fleiss, who created The Bachelor, was stepping in for Bachelor in Paradise. I thought that, that's going to be donezo for Chris.
So you think this, okay, so the one thing that I thought of when I was watching Tayshia and Caitlin give Katie some advice was like, she said, well, what advice would you give me? You guys have both done this. And they're like, don't rule anyone out. I never even liked who I ended up with at the very beginning. And I can't remember what else they said, but I saw them like, I don't know why I wasn't feeling it for last night. All the people,
because you weren't really watching it. That's why.
God, 2 hours of it just felt heavy. But and did you like a lot of people went in for kisses right away? I mean, big kissing happened last night on the show.
Very, very. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I just thought it was. I really liked Katie.
Yeah.
And
she's upbeat.
She's just kind of laid back and quirky, and I don't know. I liked it. It was very different for a first night.
Okay,
and maybe that was it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you always kind of skip through. A lot of people do skip.
Yeah, it's
kind
of
that
people.
first night because there's so many people.
Right.
It's just like, ugh.
I just like watching them get out of the car. That's about all I can handle.
Yeah. So anyway, I think the show is actually making legitimate efforts to be more inclusive, and Chris just wasn't going to fit in there. So no final rose for him, but 8 figures.
Do you like any of the guys? I
actually liked Connor the cat.
You did.
I did when he took off his cat head. I liked him. Rocco, I don't know if we have enough time to play the Kimmel thing, but when Kimmel had Katie on last night, they played all the times that "oh my God" or "OMG" was said.
Right. That's
we can play a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. We couldn't let you do this by yourself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you ready for this?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She said it a lot.
We're at 19.
Yeah.
20.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So enjoy the.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
There you go.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. Did Jimmy Kimmel's wife pick the winners?
Yes, was the final four. And she's going with her ultimate pick is the guy who got the first impression rose, which is a safe Vegas bet.
Yeah.
Because like 80% of the time, the first impression rose is the person.
Is it that high?
It's really high.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I might have just pulled that one out of thin air. But I like to give some flavor to my story. But
in case you're wondering, the counter went up to 48.
48. I know. It was just something. So anyway, listen.